I'm Philippa Clark with the University of Michigan Institute for Social Research. As an epidemiologist, I've been studying how the physical environment in cities influences the experience of disability among older adults. What got me interested in this subject initially was my mother's experience in trying to stay active and independent, even though she has multiple sclerosis. A few years ago, we traveled together to York, England, where she was born, and she was just exhilarated when she made it up to the top of the ancient city walls. You know, modern cities are certainly not as difficult to navigate as the historic sections of York, but in research conducted here in the US, my colleagues and I have found that broken curbs, potholes, cracked sidewalks, and other everyday problems in city life can have a major impact on older people with balance problems and other mobility-related disabilities. Because, you know, it turns out that disability isn't just a result of a person's physical condition. It's a function of the gap between a person's needs and the condition of the environment that they need to navigate. At a recent conference I attended in Scotland and England, I had the opportunity to learn firsthand about some of the ways that the UK is hoping to move ahead in developing age-friendly cities. In England, we looked at a life-size lab called PAMELA, which stands for Pedestrian Accessibility and Movement Environment Lab. There, researchers can see the impact of uneven pavement, traffic noise, and other common environmental conditions on real people who have various impairments, including vision problems, hearing impairment, and cognitive difficulties, as well as lower body balance and mobility issues. The US has a way to go to catch up, not just in terms of research facilities, but also because the culture of this country places quite a bit of emphasis on personal independence and on the use of the automobile rather than disability-friendly public transportation. Some new research that I've been doing suggests that older Americans may just have a harder time than older people in England, acknowledging that part of getting older may be that they will have to give up some independence and control over where and how they get around. I'm hopeful that the US will begin to address these issues soon, since the population here is aging rapidly. By creating urban environments that are less dependent on cars and friendlier for walking and cycling, as well as accessible public transport, we can help people stay active longer. We can enable them to function well into old age, despite their disabilities.